Hi, good morning and welcome to our meditation. Today is the 5th of June. I would like to read in Proverbs chapter 11 verse 9. With their mouths the godless destroy their neighbors, but through knowledge the righteous escape. So there is a contrast here between the person who is righteous and the person who is not righteous, the godless. The word for godless here talks about a person who is always against people because they are against God. They use their mouth to blaspheme God. And that's why they are against other people. In Leviticus chapter 19, verse 18 says, "Do not seek revenge or bear a grudge against anyone among your people, but love your neighbor as yourself. I am the Lord." Do not seek revenge or bear a grudge against anyone among your people. That's a commandment from Leviticus that we're going to find in the words of Jesus as well in the New Testament. In Matthew chapter 22, verses 36 to 39, "Teacher, which is the greatest commandment in the law?" Jesus replied, "Love the Lord your God with all your heart, and with all your soul, and with all your mind. This is the first and greatest commandment, and the second is like it. Love your neighbor as you love yourself." The love for God, and then the love for yourself, and then the same love for others. This is the greatest commandment, says Jesus, to love. But we're not to talk about here about our own love, but God's love. And Paul says in Romans chapter 5, verse 5, that kind of love comes to us through the Holy Spirit. And then in the same book, in Romans chapter 8, verse 9, he says that those who haven't received the Spirit of Christ, they don't belong to him. To be a righteous person is to belong to Christ, is to love God. When we love God, we are going to love our neighbor. Jesus in the Sermon on the Mountain says that there is, if I love my friend and I don't love other people, I just love my friend. I'm not very different from any person who doesn't believe in God. When I love God, I love everyone with the same love. And of course, I would never use my words to destroy. Because a person who does that, he does that because he doesn't love God. Because that's what a godless person is a person who doesn't love God, so he doesn't love anyone. And he's going to use his mouth to kill. And Jesus says a very interesting thing about that same quality of love in John 13:34. "A new commandment I give you, love one another as I have loved you. So you must love one another twice, love one another." And this one another identifies the church of Christ in the New Testament. The love for one another, to be good one to another, to honor one another. All these one another's we are talking about this new community that the New Testament calls ecclesia. When you love your neighbor, but your neighbor doesn't love you, you are going to be blessed. But maybe your neighbor is not going to be blessed because your neighbor doesn't love you or doesn't love anyone. But in John 13:34, there is a powerful message here. You love a person, and that person loves you with the same equality of love. And this love here is the divine love, agape. There's power in it, a great power. It's so big that the church in Jerusalem, in the beginning of the book of Acts, lived that reality of agape. It's in a certain intense way that people surround them. They saw it and they wanted that same grace, that same love. When we love God, we love the other. We love our neighbor. And we are going to use our mouths, our acts, to bless, to love. There's going to be hope and light and joy all around us because we are loving people with God's love. And then if they love us as well, we call that the church. God bless you.